Okay, you guys, we are back with another banging video, and it's game on. I got my rapper chain on, and it's game on. I got my chain on, and it's game on. My voice is coming back. No, guys, let's get into this video because, as you know, Stefon Diggs has been cut by the New England Patriots, honey. We know that. They offered him a contract, which we went through. Yes, I went through the new contract that they were giving him. They were saying that if he was going to stay with the team, I think the contract ended March 6th or 8th. The only thing he was guaranteed was $6 million. $6 million. An athlete on the field playing rugged sport. That was like a slap in the face. That was a humongous disrespect. So you know that naturally he wouldn't have taken that contract because they're saying that the only thing he was guaranteed was $6 million should he renew his contract with the New England Patriots, and then he could make up to $23 million in change. So he would have to work his ass off. Well, there's no ifs or buts or maybe about that because Stefon Diggs is a damn good player. But then it is said that the New England Patriots had to reassess their image and their branding because Stefon Diggs had too many mess out here against him. The lawsuits. And it's not just because he's getting sued, because they understand that it comes with the territory of being an athlete, being a celebrity, being someone popular. They understand that lawsuits are possible. But it was the type of lawsuits that he was getting hit with, the allegations, the details in the lawsuit. Because remember, we have Miss BBL Chef Mila, who accused Stefon Diggs of choking her out and assaulting her, right? And even though Mila said that they weren't involved, honey, we all have common sense, and based on those text messages, we could see they were involved. Even Chef Mila's good friend, Gorgeous Doll, said you could see that they were involved, right? So Stefon Diggs had, too much assault allegations against him. The young, the guy that used to work with him, Christopher, he assaulted him allegedly, tried to drug him allegedly, and he did that to another one of his exes. Then you have Mila Adams. Then you had the concierge guy who he sent back for all the gifts, and the concierge guy dropped his lawsuit a few days before the Super Bowl, and we never knew that his contract was about to be expired just a few days away, right? And, it is said that a rainbow necklace, there's a crew of them that wears the rainbow necklace, and Stefon Diggs had allegedly given the concierge guy one of those rainbow diamond necklaces, something expensive, and Stefon Diggs sent back for all his gifts. So I was looking at sports analysts and a lot of people, including Shannon Sharp, and they're saying, well, they understand, Shannon Sharp is alleging that while the New England Patriots understand that Stefon Diggs has a personal life, his life was too much of a mess with those allegations against him. So as such, Stefon Diggs is now trying to pick up his 15. Honey, when I tell you that, I've been doing my research on Stefon Diggs because I want to understand if this guy has a pattern when it comes to teams, and he has a pattern. No, he has one thing about him that is solid, right? Stefon Diggs is a damn good athlete. He's amazing at what he does and as an athlete. But also, Stefon Diggs has, some skeletons in his closet, and he's now looking for his 5th team. And I'm learning that there's a team that wants to pick him up. I think the team is based in Miami, but they are afraid that he's going to be a liability to them. And based on what is going on in the NFL, because ever since the Jeffrey Epstein, honey, this Jeffrey Epstein thing, we ain't even seen or heard the off of it. What they did on the Jeffrey Epstein list, they have pulled off some people's name off the list, honey. There were some things about a lot of people. And what the government did allegedly was to take those people's name because they're going to use it as cards against them. So those people who they did not put out their names on the list will forever be the government slave, and they're going to use it against those people, strategically at the right time. So we're going to hear more about this Jeffrey Epstein list thing. It's not going anywhere, and a lot of people will be deposed. As you guys noticed, Hillary and Bill Clinton, they were in a deposition, and it was so hot that Hillary Clinton that's when, you know what? We're going to get back to Stefon Diggs, but when I watched that deposition with Hillary Clinton, like all these years, I've heard that this woman was a evil son of you know what. And I was looking at Hillary Clinton, and I've heard a lot of stuff. And I've always wondered, could these things about Hillary Clinton be true? But when Hillary Clinton was in that deposition, honey, the Jeffrey Epstein deposition, and I looked into that woman's, they say the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? And when I looked into that woman's eyes and how she was firing that, because you know that she is an attorney as well, I looked at that woman and I said, this woman is one dangerous mother. She's one very dangerous woman. And I believe that woman has done things, honey. And I do, I never, a lot of things that I was questioning about Hillary then, I will question it no more, because the rage that she had inside of her, and we looked into those eyes as though Hillary was saying, y'all know we all did this mess and you are strategically putting specific people out. The eyes was telling so much, and you could tell that she has vowed revenge. So I'm telling you guys from now, and I'm really good at spotting these things, it's gonna be one hell in the industry, from government to music to the entertainment industry overall. But getting back to Stefon Diggs, right? So, as it relates to the NFL, because of a lot of the athletes in the NFL, they have had so many outward allegations against them, and how these accusers are filing these lawsuits now. The accusers, if you guys can remember, we saw this in the Sean Diddy Combs lawsuit where they sued Bad Boys, and they said Bad Boys enabled Sean Diddy Combs' behavior. So as such, when these NFL stars are getting hit with the lawsuits, the agencies are getting hit. The NFL is being mentioned as paying them a lot of money to enable these behaviors. So as such, there are teams that want to pick up Stefon Diggs at this point, but honey, they're telling Stefon Diggs that he has to clean up his personal life, because based on the allegations that he has against him, he's a liability. Now, if you guys remember, before, we heard about his contract situation with the New England Patriots, before we learned that his contract was about to end and they may not renewing his contract. I said to you guys that according to sources, he's planning to settle the case with Mila Adams because he doesn't want that allegation to continue. He doesn't want the discussion to continue because he had no idea that pop culture would be so fixated on him. He likes it in a sense that he's so popular in pop culture, and he likes the fact that when he's looking on the internet, the girls are saying he's hot, he's cute, and he's fashion forward, but he doesn't like the consistent negative discussions that are coming up associated with his name. It's affecting his flow with the girls, and most of all, it's affecting his branding and his image. And without brand and image, as an athlete, when they get signed with these teams, they make good money. But where most of their money lies? Branding and imaging. So as such, Stefon Diggs is going to clean up these allegations that he has against him So guys, I'm sorry. Still not 100% recovered, but maybe 85%, right? So as I was saying, Stefon Diggs, he has a problem with the negative comments about him. He doesn't have a problem with the girl he's saying that he's hot and he's fashion forward, but he has a problem with the negative discussions. So as such, my word, he's planning to settle with Mila Adams. The other case with the concierge guy, I'm learning that he's planning on settling that as well. He sees it as a small price to keep his name out of the media and keep the negativity and the toxicity away from his name. So as such, he's going to settle those. The other case regarding his former friend Christopher, who accused him of allegedly trying to drug him and assault him, and then saying that he allegedly tried to steal from him, Stefon Diggs. I haven't heard anything about how he plans on dealing with that case. So as such, I don't know how he's going to handle that one, but I'm learning that the case with the concierge guy and the case with Chef Mila, he's definitely planning on settling with those two, and he wants his name to be in good light again. But this is a thing, right? Because Stefon Diggs needs to understand that if you're out here and if you're going to be a womanizer, your name will never be in good light nor good reputation. But I believe that's where he's going to pull for Barney B. And I think Barney B is going to fall for his trap to help him out and bring him back to the spotlight and to bring him back in good favor. I think she's going to fall for it. As I said, we're already learning that they still haven't cut things off. They're still together. But we're going to talk about that in another video, honey. But Stefon Diggs is planning on picking up on his 5th team. He has a list of potential teams. I'm learning there's one that is strong about him because he played so well when he was with the New England Patriots, that I'm learning that this team is very strong in taking him on, but they are very concerned, like they're letting him know, listen, if we should give you this opportunity, if you slip, you slide. That's going to be it. So if there's any mess, they're going to cut him immediately, right? But also, I'm learning a lot about this guy. Like, he's very egotistic. He has a huge ego. And honey, sometimes when men have those egos and they are determined not to let it go and not to be disciplined, that is what ruins their talent. I've seen this so many times. You know, I've always said to you, the people who tend to have the really, really great talent and are good at what they do, they often tend to be equally problematic at the same time. But I'm going to see what happens and if that team from Miami is going to actually pick him up and see if they're going to keep him on for long. Because if he doesn't put that ego in check, it's going to ruin him and it's going to give him a bad image and a bad reputation out here. But that's all we have to talk about for this video. We're going to talk some more in the comment section. Peace.